welcome in, welcome in everybody. Hope you're enjoying your weekend, the Thanksgiving weekend. Hope everybody had some turkey or ham or whatever it is you eat around your family's and friends' dinner. We're looking at Week 14 college football game day not move podcast. Uh, Before we get a closer look at this week's matchups, we're going to be previewing today's matchups only, Friday's matchups. Um, we're going to thank our sponsor. So our first OG sponsor is BetUS. All your booking and betting needs over at BetUS. Also, mybookie.ag. You can get your betting needs there as well. NFL Shop, MLB Shop, Walmart. One of our new sponsors, W Energy Drink, and also Fourth Wall, where our Not Move podcast merch store is. Jimmy, tell them where they can get that at.
Not moved dot shop dash fourthwall.com. Also use promo code not moved on all of those uh brands that we just shouted out to help us out.
Absolutely. Okay, so Jimmy, we know this is rivalry week. This means we throw out the records because this means more to all these fans and these teams than any other week of the season. Fans are putting on extra face paint. They're getting creative at tailgates. And on the home front, houses are divided. I wouldn't be surprised if this week's divorce rate goes up just a tick because of these games this week, Monday morning.
Yeah, Twitter fingers are
Folks,
rolling.
that's right. Folks, this is going to be a week of prove it or lose it for some teams. Not only are playoff bids on the line, but conference championships are the first target most elite programs have every year. However, like I said, this is rivalry week, and there's nothing like it. So we're going to start out the day today with some noon kickoffs. First game we got up in the noon kickoffs is the Heroes game. That's Iowa giving 6.5 to Nebraska. Iowa has had the same success plan for many, many decades. It's a ball control offense and a stingy defense. Nebraska has a few coaching changes lately and is gone are the days of Tommy Frazier, Scott Frost, Mike Rozier, and Amon Green. Matt Rhule has transferred a few college programs into contenders, including Temple and Baylor, but is struggling to get any traction going these last 2 years. This game may be just the opportunity he needs to move the program forward. But they will need some explosive plays in order to take the lead and change the way the Hawkeyes play. Unfortunately for me, I don't think it's going to happen this year. I like the Hawkeyes to win.
I do too. I think the spread on this is -6.5. I think Iowa should take that over Nebraska. My favorite play here is the under though, because it's going to be an Iowa rain, sleet game, big weather factors coming in, and Iowa's going to pound the rock, and that defense is just going to be in Latif's face. It's not Ryla no more. Ryla's still hurt, so I think Latif. I think this is his fourth, fifth game, so he's still learning the ropes against this tough defense. I think the Hawkeyes roll here, boys.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jimmy. The number has creeped down from 40.5 to 49 or 39.5 now.
He's
So
still
the
still
trend
hitting.
is going under. I believe you too. I'm going under as well. I'm thinking a 20-7 game is going to be what the final score might be. All right, so we got a big game, big impact game at 12 o'clock as well. The Egg Bowl, number 7, Ole Miss, giving 7.5 at Mississippi State. Obviously, we know in addition to this game, the Rebs fans are going to be sitting on the edge of their seat waiting for Lane Kiffin to tell them if he is going to Oxford or if he's leaving to Baton Rouge. Will this become a factor? We'll try to find out. Ole Miss can get into the SEC championship game, can't get into the SEC championship game, excuse me, but certainly can lose a chance at a high seed in a home playoff game. They travel to Starkville, where the Bulldogs are hoping to become bowl eligible. The Bulldogs have kept the most games close this season. Ole Miss has been able to put up points with Chambliss at the helm. Davis Wade is going to be rocking early and could be quieted quickly by some explosive plays. I like Ole Miss by 10 in this game.
Mm, mm. Hey, man, you know how I've been all season, man. I've been rolling the Mississippi State train the entire way. I don't think I can jump off now, especially on a week where if they win this game, they make a bowl game. It's not the playoffs, but it's still something. The the team's been moving upwards. Jeff Lebby's got this team going back up to the way they used to be, back to the Dakota Dak Prescott days, maybe. But I think with all the drama around Lane Kiffin, they said there's going to be an announcement after the game tomorrow. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know how the players feel. He said he's there for now, so who knows? I like the Bulldogs, but I could see Ole Miss winning this game. My favorite play is the under, just because I think this is going to be a dog fight, rock fight. People are going to be throwing hands. 63 might be a little too high for me.
Yeah, I agree. 63 might be too high, but I feel like it's going to be, a game where it's going to be close for a lot of the game, probably into three quarters. Maybe Ole Miss is up by a touchdown, and then they start to get those explosive plays on offense
Yeah, they run away with it. I think. Yeah, I
and
can
run
see
away
that.
with it at the end. I
I
mean,
can see
it
that.
could be both. It could be both. And never know. All right, so moving on to our 3:30 games. First game we got up is Temple at North Texas. North Texas giving 19 and a half to Temple. North Texas is playing for a chance at the AAC title. They will need a win against the Owls to claim it. They could also claim it if they lose via a loss by Tulane to Charlotte, who is favored by 30 and a half, by the way, just saying, or the highest computer average. Also in this game is Temple. Temple Owls have been down lately. Casey Keeler, however, has been a winning coach since his days back in Division III Rowan University right here in South Jersey. Temple covered against Oklahoma earlier this year, a 34-14 loss where they were getting 24 and a half as underdogs. I think they play real tough. They're looking to become bowl eligible. North Texas plays tough defense, and the Mean Green have everything to play for as they go for a program best record of 11-1. I like North Texas to win, but I like Temple to cover with the 19 and a half. Bonus play, take the over.
Mm, mm. Eric Morris, also from North Texas, got hired for the Oklahoma State job. So their boys going up, moving up into from the Group of Five school to the Division One level fully, or FBS level. Well, they're both power. Whatever, you know what I mean.
I know what you
I
meant.
I also I like North Texas just because the points fly. Like their offense just hums and their defense is just right there. I feel bad for I sit here wearing this Virginia hoodie every week and I hear the Dukes of JMU barking, get us in the playoff. We should win. It looks like it's going to be the winner of the American versus JMU, and I feel like I just think the American has more competition. But the thing is, JMU will say, "Oh, they'll cannibalize themselves." Well, maybe. I don't know. I just like North Texas just throw points up on the board just because, like that quarterback who wasn't even a quarterback last year figured it out very fast. Mestamaker, points fly. I don't know. I like your play of the over, but I'm a lean with the mean green here.
All right. So we got the next game is San Diego State minus 1.5 at New Mexico. The Aztecs are coming into this matchup with a 9-2 record with a shot at the Mountain West title. If they win, or they could lose, but they would also need losses by Boise State, who's playing Utah State, and UNLV. The Lobos, who are 8-3, could get a spot in the title game with a win and a Boise State loss. Both teams are solid against the run, and most likely the game will be determined by who's more effective in the red zone. I believe the Aztecs take a close one. Also like the under as a bonus play.
I'm in full agreement with you, man. I like the Aztecs and the under. I think they're the better coach team. This is going to be a defensive battle, and I just they say it's a quarterback matchup. When it's a close game like this, I look at the coaches, and I like Sean Lewis more than I like the New Mexico coach. So I'm rocking with the Aztecs.
All right. So our highlighted game in the 3:30 slot, clean old-fashioned hate. The number 4 Georgia Bulldogs minus 14 and a half at Georgia Tech. Georgia will cement their place in the SEC championship with an Alabama or a Texas A&M loss. A loss would not take them out of the playoffs. However, it could cost them a home game. Georgia Tech will need a win for a clear path to the ACC championship. In addition to the win, they will also need a Pitt win against Miami and a Virginia loss versus Virginia, the technical school in Virginia. and an SMU loss to California. I think Georgia wins by 20.
Yeah, the line's flown up. It started off at like 13. It's up to 15 now. I think Vegas is telling you what's going to happen. The over is also a decent play just because I mean Haynes King will keep put points on the board. His Georgia defense hasn't been like astounding like the Georgia defenses of old, but this Georgia Tech defense is just so bad, just so bad. And I said I wasn't going to say Tech, and here I am saying it 4 times. So screw me. Darn it. The Yellow Jackets to get slaughtered.
All right, Jimmy. Everybody makes a mistake sometimes. All right, so moving on to the 7:30 games, the battle for the old Oaken bucket. So if you guys don't know this, I looked it up. Jimmy didn't know it as well. It is the battle of number 2 Indiana giving 28.5 at Purdue. Indiana earns a spot in the Big Ten championship with a win or an Ohio State loss. Last year, the score of this game was 66-0 Hoosiers. And the Hoosier squad this year is even better than last year as they're in the top 10 in yards per game on offense and defense, also in the top 3 in scoring offense and defense. If that's not enough to make you want to take the Hoosiers, they also force the most turnovers in the nation. Purdue is winless in the conference and has a 2-8 record. Hoosiers by 49.
Yeah, they're trying to get Mendoza in that Heisman conversation, move him up the ranks. I think this is a show out spot for Indiana. 28 is just not enough. It'll look to it be like I don't think they're going to put many points as Notre Dame did last week, but they might put up 60.
Yeah, I totally agree. All right, and our second game in the 7:30 slot of the big games this Friday today. Lone Star State Showdown. Number 3 Texas A&M at number 16 Texas. Jimmy had this been on Saturday. This probably would have been the game of the week. However, it is on Friday. I don't understand NCAA why they're putting this at a 7:30 on a Friday, Black Friday. But hey, whatever the case may be, A&M's coming off a nail biter versus South Carolina last week. They were down 30-3 at half. And they came back and won the game. Texas could come into the college football playoff picture if they get a win, but has owned this rivalry as well. 77-37-5 is the record. Marcel Reed has been phenomenal most of the year. Manning has been more effective since their opener, as everyone questioned whether he was going to live up to the hype. I like both defenses here. So we're going to see who's going to be able to play ahead in this game. Whoever can play ahead, I think, is going to be the one who's going to win the game. Third down performances is going to be who is going to take the advantage. Can Manning or Reed keep their drives going? I like the under in this game. Everything else is just not clear enough for me. This is the best game of the weekend, in my opinion.
Let me clear it up for you, man.
All right.
How. Cash is how. It's going to be on Arch Manning like white on rice, man. I'm telling you, man, this A&M defense is like that. I think they're going to cause problems for Arch Manning. I was kind of hating on him a little bit early in the season. I'm like, I don't know if their secondary is good. But I've always said that defensive line is a unit. It's a problem.
Yeah.
And I think they got first-round talent on that team. And this is the first time since I don't even know if they've ever had a 12-0 season before. If they have, it's been decades, probably maybe even a century. I don't even know. I think this little brother wants to finally get a seat at the table. Little brother wants to finally show big brother, hey, I'm good. I'm better than you now. Look at me. So I'm going with the Aggies.
Yeah, I think not since the days of the original Big 12 as Texas A&M actually had a team like this. So our 9 o'clock slate or late games, number 12 Miami -6.5 at 22 Pittsburgh. Miami needs help even if they win to get into the ACC championship. Hurricanes need a Virginia and Duke loss plus an SMU win. A loss would take them out of the ACC playoffs and the FBS playoffs as well. But they hold an advantage in every single aspect of this game. They really have better skilled players, a better defense, their program history. The Panthers are really going to need to grind this game out if they have a chance of winning the game and limit the explosive plays of that Miami offense and run the ball effectively. I think that they have a good run game. I just don't know if it's enough. I like Miami to win and cover in this game.
Yeah, Pat Narduzzi's like, I only care about these next two games, but your next two games were you got Miami in the last one, and the skill and this the skill gap like from player to player is just it's a lot. Ruben Bain's going to be all over um, Heinz, bro. I just think the sheer size and line advantage that Miami has, it might be too much for Pittsburgh. I would love to see Pittsburgh win, but I don't think it happens. I can't with my chest say I'm taking Pittsburgh money. Like no, I can't do that. But Miami's tends to fold. We've seen them fold in these positions before. Krista Ball. Maybe it comes to fruition, but I'm taking Miami, leaning that side. But I should take Pitt just because Miami's a horrible excuse for ACC champion or ACC representation, even because all they do is complain.
That's right. They have the 43rd schedule in college football. Notre Dame has a better strength of schedule, and they don't like it. That's all there is to it. All right. The last game today.
Just
Yeah.
win your games, dude. If you
Right.
won your games, this wouldn't be a conversation.
Exactly. I mean, their losses are way worse than the Notre Dame losses. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So the last game of the week or the Friday is the Territorial Cup. I don't know if you knew that either, Jimmy. Number 25 Arizona -1.5 versus number 20 Arizona State. Arizona State will need help even if a victory occurs here. They will also need a BYU loss or a win and a Texas A&M loss and a Utah loss. So a lot of help here will be needed for them to get into the playoff picture for their conference. Arizona has a solid offense that's led by Noah Fafita at 408 yards and 34 points a game. The Wildcat defense has played very well against the pass. The Sun Devils, however, have an amazing rush game on offense and a solid rush defense. I like the over in this game. If I had to choose a winner, though, I'm going to say that the Sun Devils come up short. Arizona wins by a field goal.
I like your Arizona pick. I agree with you. The showdown in the desert, that's what I always refer to it as, the territorial.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I like Arizona just because Sam Levitt's not playing for State, and I don't know how good this new quarterback is. Hand up, I haven't really been watching them since they took Sam Levitt out. So I think I lean more towards Arizona just because I like the defense. Fafita's been playing been having a good season, bit underrated, but I think they'll pull it out here and make a good statement win.
Yeah, I can't agree with you more. I think that they're still going to need help to get into the championship game, but I think Arizona just had more consistency on the offensive side of the ball, which is a lot of the influence goes towards that in the college football game today.
Although Jordan Tyson is still nasty, I don't know. It don't matter who's throwing him the ball; he's still going to get his.
That's true. That is true. All right. Before we wrap it up, let's once again thank our sponsors, BetUS. You can get all your betting needs along with MyBookie.ag, NFL Shop, MLB Shop, Walmart, W Energy Drinks, and Fourth Wall, where you can get all your Not Move podcast merch store. Anything you want to wrap up here, Jimmy?
Tune in tomorrow for the Saturday morning games, or the Saturday games. We're gonna do it again tomorrow. And just make some money, beat Tech. That's all I gotta say. Beat Tech.
That's it. All right. Thanks for tuning in again to our Not Move podcast, College Game Day for Friday, Black Friday. And we will be back again, as Jimmy said, tomorrow in the morning before the kickoff games at noon. Once again, have a great weekend. We'll see you tomorrow.
This non-casual podcast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or reused without the authorized written consent of the Not Move Podcast Network. Thank you, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.